عزیزان بازم صبح همه شما بخیر. خدا کنه که صحتمند باشین و یک صبح زیبا آغاز کرده باشین. بازم رخسار صدیقی از طریق چینل انگلیش کلاس با شما عزیزا هستم. درسی که امروز خدمت شما تقدیم میکنم البته یونیت 29 و کتاب سوم شما بخش داستان است. کتاب 4000 Essential English Word و First Edition. امیدوار هستم که درس مورد علاقه شما قرار بگیره و سوالی داشتین، نظری داشتین میتونین در کامنت با ما شیر کنین. خب میریم عزیزان به طرف صنف خود یونیت 29 کتاب سوم و بخش داستان.
Interesting life. A man looked through some boxes with his grandson. They were filled with old photographs and objects that portrayed important events from the grandfather's life.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم. به نام خداوند یکتا آغاز میکنیم. An interesting life. یک زندگی جالب. A man looked through some boxes with his grandson. مردی با نواسگکش چند بکس ها را نگاه میکرد. They were filled with old photographs and objects that portrayed important events from the grandfather's life. که اینا تصاویری بودن و یا اشیایی بودن که بسیار قدیمی بودن و این رویدادهای مهم یا واقعات مهم زندگی پدرکلانش بود.
He wished to share the circumstances behind each event with his grandson.
He wished to share the circumstances behind each event with his grandson. خب عزیزایم او آرزو داشت که هر شرایطی که پشت سر گذاشتنده بود او را میخواست که با نواسگکش شریک بسازه. A man looked through some boxes with his grandson. They were filled with old photographs and objects that portrayed important events from their grandfather's life. He wished to share the circumstances behind each event with his grandson.
The grandson, however, thought his grandfather's stories were boring.
خب در حالی که نواسگکش فکر میکرد که قصه ها و داستان های پدرکلانش کسل کننده و خسته کن است.
The grandfather coped with this.
The grandfather coped with this. اما پدرکلان با این همه کنار می آمد.
He ignored his grandson's criticism.
He ignored his grandson's criticism. یعنی او تمام انتقادات نواسگکش نادیده می گرفت.
He took a photo from the box. That's the submarine I was on during the war.
photo from the box. یک تصویر از امو جبه یا از امو بکس گرفت. That's the submarine I was on during the war. یعنی یک زیردریایی است که ما در جریان جنگ سوار از بودم. He explained. او به نواسگکش تشریح کرد.
The grandson gazed at it.
The grandson gazed at it. و نواسگکش به مو خیره شد و یعنی دقیق او را تماشا میکرد، میدید.
Grandfather glanced at the next picture and frowned.
The grandfather glanced at the next picture and frowned. خب پدر بزرگ نگاه به عکس بعدی کرد و اندوهگین شد.
It showed a row of coffins.
It showed a row of coffins. و این یک قطار یا یک ردیفی از تابوت‌ها را نشان میداد.
His grandson noticed the grief in his grandfather's face.
His grandson noticed the grief in his grandfather's face. خب دیجا نواسگکش متوجه غم و اندوه در چهره پدرکلانش شد.
What is it? The boy inquired.
What it is? The boy inquired. پسرک پرسید که ای چی است؟
This was after a nuclear bomb was dropped, the grandfather answered.
This was after an nuclear bomb was dropped, the grandfather answered. خب پدرکلانش میگه که ای بعد از یک بمب هسته‌ای بود که پرتاب شد.
It devastated a city.
It devastated a city. شهر را ویران کرد.
Next, the grandfather pulled a toy microscope from the box and rotated it in his hand.
بعد پدرکلانش یک میکروسکوپ اسباب بازی را که در مو جبهه یا داخل مو بکسک بود او را کشید و در دست خود او را چرخاند.
Where did you get that? The grandson asked.
Where did you get that? The grandson asked. خب بازم نواسگکش پرسان کرد که این از کجا گرفتین؟
This is a souvenir I bought at the science museum, the grandfather said.
This is a souvenir I bought at the science museum, the grandfather said. پدر کلانش میگه که سوغات است که من از موزیم علمی را خریده.
Now the boy was really interested. He started to understand that his grandfather was telling him a larger story.
Now the boy was really interested. خب حال او بچگک واقعا علاقمند شده بود. He started to understand that his grandfather was telling him a larger story. و او کوشش میکرد که درک کنه که پدرکلانش با او یک داستان بزرگ از زندگیش تعریف میکنه.
It was the story of his grandfather's life.
It was the story of his grandfather's life. و این داستان زندگی پدرکلانش بود.
He got another photo. It showed a young bride and groom. They were very happy.
He got another photo. تصویر دیگر گرفت. It showed a young bride and groom. که در این تصویر یک داماد و یک عروس جوان بود. They were very happy. آنها بسیار خوشحال بودند.
A certificate was attached to the photo.
A certificate was attached to the photo. خب که یک گواهینامه به عکس پیوست شده بود.
The boy couldn't read it. But
The boy couldn't read it. بچگک نمیتونست او را بخونه.
traced his finger over paper.
But he traced his finger over paper. اما او انگشتش روی کاغذ گذاشت.
What's this from, Granddad? He asked.
What's this from, Granddad? He asked. باز پرسان کرد که پدرکلان یعنی او چی هسته؟
That's my marriage license from the day I married your grandmother, the grandfather said.
That's my marriage license from the day I married your grandmother, the grandfather said. خب پدرکلانش میگه که این مجوز ازدواج محض از روزی که با مادر بزرگت ازدواج کردم.
Wow, said the boy. Granddad, now I know all about your life.
خب اینجا بچگک بسیار به خوشی صدا میکنه میگه برای پدرکلان خود که Granddad, now I know all about your life. حالا همه چیز من درباره زندگی شما میفهمم. خب عزیزایم این بود درس امروز شما که از یونت 29 بود خدمت شما تقدیم کردم. تا برنامه بعدی و کلاس بعدی که بازم به خدمت شما عزیزان می باشم شما را به خداوند یکتا میسپارم. روز همه شما خوش. خداوند یار و مددگارتان.